This is Entrepreneurs Get Visible, the podcast for people who want more impact, influence, and income. I'm Anna Parker-Naples, and I'll be sharing with you proven methods from leading entrepreneurs that help you get visible as an authority in your field. Because anything's possible when you get visible. In today's episode of Entrepreneurs Get Visible, we're talking about the different ways to consider for monetizing your own podcast. Now, you can monetize your podcast right from the word go. I chose not to on this show because I wanted to really build brand loyalty and trust and build up a solid audience first. But you could actually start monetizing your show right from the word go. So I'm going to give you a run through of what the different options are. So you might want to promote your own products and services and bring people into your funnel. You might want to use affiliations, so affiliate links, which we'll go into shortly. You might want to consider sponsorship, and this could be either brokering your own deal with companies or using a sponsorship broker to go and do that for you. You could sell merchandise, or as my 10-year-old son likes to call it, merch. It could be all about the swag. And that actually, with the ease of drop shipping these days, that could be a great way to, again, build that brand loyalty and podcast listenership loyalty, as well as getting your message out there even further. And then the final thing I want to mention is the membership model, particularly with companies such as Patreon, where you could have premium level content that only paid subscribers can get access to. And that could actually work alongside another membership model if you wanted it to, such as on Kajabi or Teachable. So I'm just going to run through each of those and what that might look like. So I think the best way to get started is actually promoting your own products and services and actually thinking about this deliberately about where would you most effectively be able to talk about your own offers and how can you do that in a really natural way so that it actually the content that you're delivering is connected with the offer or the promotion that you're putting out as well. You're always going to know what's coming up in the episode. So being able to plan in advance before you switch on your microphone, I know I've got this lead magnet, I know I've got this freebie, and I know it leads to this offer, you're going to be much more at ease sharing with people why they should sign up for your freebie or your offer. So for example, I'm going to use this as an example, but it's very timely. My mastermind will be opening again shortly, and I am now taking calls for it. So I can easily and effortlessly tell you about my high-level mastermind for people who are serious about up-leveling their business, making sure they stand out as an authority in their field, bringing all of my experience as an entrepreneur, getting visible in the online space. I can tell you that is available if you go to annaparkernaples.co.uk/mastermind. See, not that hard to talk about when I know what I'm delivering. So think about this. How could you use your own podcast to bring in another income stream? So products and services, either through just positioning the top of your funnel, that lead magnet that can bring people in and entice them in, or actually promoting your product, service, or offer. The only thing you do have to remember is that podcast content is evergreen. So any link that you mention, you want to make sure that there is something there for someone to see, even if they turn up to check out that link 18 months, 2 years, 3 years later. So you just do want to be aware of what's on that landing page. So I mentioned about using affiliations. So this could be using affiliate links from companies that already exist, such as Amazon or Audible, or partnering with a product or service that you already love and you already would find it very easy to talk about. So, for example, we have affiliates for the podcast membership, and people who sign up for the first time through an affiliate link, the person who shared that link gets a cut. Now, there are many companies that you would be able to naturally talk about. So it might be your CRM system, for example. It might be ClickFunnels. It might be, I don't know, there's a million different affiliate links and companies where if you go to their main website and scroll down to the bottom, you will see that they may have an affiliate program. And sometimes you have to apply, and sometimes everybody gets access to that. But you basically get your own link that you put in the show notes that people can get a discount through if they follow that link. And you can get a nice, tidy cut. But you do have to let people know that you'd be getting a cut from it. So you may have to make sure you mention that either in the interview, in the episode, or on the show notes page or the landing page. The other thing then is partnering with other people, other online entrepreneurs who might have an offer or an affiliate system for a new product offer or service that they're putting out there. So look out for people that you could promote their products and services if they share the same ideal client as you and the same listenership that you're reaching. I mentioned as well about sponsorship, and there's two ways to do this really. One is to come up with your own custom packages. There are industry standards that you do need to know about, and there are great ways to pitch and great ways not to pitch, which we talk about quite a lot inside the podcast membership. But there's no reason why you can't come up with your own terms for that and have an agreement in place. The other thing you could do is if you have larger listeners, a larger listenership, so I would say at least 10,000 downloads, you can start to go to a sponsorship broker and they would be talking to bigger companies who want to get on podcasts. And of course, they take a cut, that broker takes a cut, but a lot of the middleman stuff is taken out of your hands. So it can be a very easy way for you to get revenue, significant revenue from your podcast with very little work from you. Next up, merchandise. Now, this is inspired by my 10-year-old son who was desperate to have a merchandise line and he really wants to be a YouTuber, but we've said no for now. But he knew he could get round his mother if he said he wanted to create a podcast. So part of creating the podcast was he designed the artwork. He then went away and found out exactly how to create a merchandise line quickly. And he actually used Redbubble, which is based in the US, to create a whole line of merchandise just from uploading one image. And he's already made sales within a short space of time. So you could have a merchandise line using Redbubble. This could be t-shirts, hoodies, laptop covers, coasters, bedspreads, shower curtains, you name it. By uploading one image, you could have a merchandise line just like that. So I'd definitely have a little look. There are other companies I'd recommend, such as Printful and Printify, or TeePublic is the other one that's mentioned to me again and again. So go and check those out if you're interested in having a merchandise line. Now, this can be really useful in terms of getting your biggest fans to, you can send them the merchandise, and so they will take photographs of it. Guests who've been on your show, you can send them the merchandise, they will take pictures of it. So again, it's a really good tool to not only bring in revenue, but to grow that sense of loyalty and brand recognition. The final monetary model that I want to discuss with you today is about having a membership model with premium content for your podcast. Patreon is an extremely popular way to do this, although there are other companies that allow it as well. In fact, Libsyn, the host platform that I tend to use, does have a premium level content facility as well. Patreon tends to be the best known. And you can have all sorts of different levels of support where perhaps if they gave you £3 a month, then they would get access to a certain amount of premium content, maybe additional episodes. Maybe if they paid you a lot more, they might get something else, such as one-to-ones with you. There are all sorts of levels that you can put into a membership model for your podcast. And there are many podcasts who have huge listenerships that are all run on this membership model. So go and check out Patreon. So that's it. I hope that I've given you a little bit of an understanding about how you could bring in some additional revenue income streams from your podcast. Podcasting is big business. Podcasting can be the core of your business if you put your thinking cap on and if you monetize at the right time for your show and your audience. But think about that. If you knew that creating a 10-minute podcast episode could bring you in hundreds of pounds or thousands of pounds, wouldn't that be worth it? I think you'll find that it is. If you want to find out much more about this, we have so much content on it inside the podcast membership, giving you templates, checklists, videos, trainings, workbooks, everything you need to know in terms of monetizing your podcast. So you can find out about that at thepodcastmembership.com/join. So that's it from me today. I hope you found that useful, and I can't wait to hear how you have chosen to monetize your podcast. Thank you for listening to Entrepreneurs Get Visible. To get your free checklist on how to raise your profile and to find out about our community, go to annaparkernaples.co.uk/get visible.